This is how to make a 4-stitch horizontal knit buttonhole. I've knit my first 3 stitches to get to the point of starting the buttonhole. The first step in the buttonhole is to slip the first stitch knitwise. Now I'm going to move my working yarn from the back of my work to the front of my work and leave it there. The second step is to slip the second stitch knitwise. Next we're going to bind off by slipping the second stitch over the first stitch. Now you can see that the cast off stitch is on the right needle, the working yarn is in front. We need to reposition this stitch so that it's on the left needle with the working yarn in the back. So I'm going to slip my cast off stitch onto my left needle and move my working yarn to the back of the work. And now we repeat the slipping and casting off sequence. The first step is to slip the first stitch as if to knit. Move the yarn to the front of the work. Slip the second stitch as if to knit. Cast off. Reposition the stitch and the yarn. Move the cast off stitch to the left needle and move the working yarn to the back of the work. And now we'll do the slipping and casting off again. Slip the first stitch as if to knit, move the yarn to the front of the work, slip the second stitch as if to knit, cast off, and now we need to reposition the stitch and the yarn. Slip the stitch, move the yarn to the back of the work. We'll do that again. Knit the first stitch slip the first stitch as if to knit, move the yarn to the front, slip the second stitch as if to knit, cast off, reposition the stitch, and move the yarn to the back. We'll repeat the slipping and casting off sequence one more time. Slip the first stitch as if to knit, move the working yarn to the front of the work, slip the second stitch, cast off, now we've created our buttonhole. You can see at the bottom of the work where the buttonhole is. I'm going to reposition the cast off stitch onto the left hand needle, and we've created the entire bottom buttonhole. The next step is to turn your work. Now we need to cast on 4 stitches to create the top of the buttonhole, and we'll do that using the backward loop E cast on. With the working tail, make a backward loop. We're going to cast on 5 stitches, 1 stitch more than what we cast off. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have our stitches cast on. We'll turn our work again. Now what we need to do is lock the last stitch of the cast on with the last stitch on the knitting. And the way we do that is by moving the last cast on stitch onto the right hand needle and slipping the first knit stitch over the cast on stitch. Now we continue knitting across the rest of the row and the buttonhole is finished. you can see the buttonhole.